I see spinning.
And we're on. Hello.
Awesome. Fantastic. Oh, good. Hi, everybody. Well, I'm so excited to be here and can't wait for you guys to get to know Melanie. So why don't you start out? Let's everybody go into the chat room. I'm hoping you can see that on the side there and let us know where you're from. Melanie hasn't met most of you guys yet, so let's help her get to know you as well. And you guys can introduce yourselves to each other. This is super fun. I'm excited. I had tried this platform in the past and haven't been on this for a long time, but I really like how this webinar jam is working. So thank you, Melanie, for introducing us to this. I think it's amazing. And I'm so excited to be able to share this content with you. Yay, look, we see a lot of people coming in. Fantastic. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and just dive right into the content. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Melanie, but I want to just kind of recap for you guys how this is even happening. Those of you who've been following me or on my email list and all that, you know my daughter is in Australia. And so I've been reaching out to different people out there so I can take my trip. And Melanie's like, I'm in Australia. So we're actually going to collaborate and do something live in Australia when I get there to visit my daughter in the end of October. So I'm super excited, super excited about that. So we're exchanging webinars with each other. I'll be doing one for her people as well. And I think it's just such a blessing. As some of you guys know, I've been teaching social media for a long time, but I'm also expanding into other topics, such as my sponsoring course. And Melanie is going to be able to offer us information on how to get bookings for your home parties or your Facebook parties. So those of you who want to do more sales in less time by gathering several people together at once, it makes sense. And I do know I have a lot of people here who might not necessarily be in a party plan business, but they're maybe network marketing. We've got the shampoo people. We've got the weight loss people. Those are also things that you can convert to a kind of a quasi home party experience too. So I think you're going to learn a lot from here on how you can have gatherings where you can share, demonstrate, taste your products and all that stuff too. So let me go ahead and introduce you to Melanie. I've got a bio I want to share with you because she has some really neat credentials, and I know a lot of you might not have met her yet. So Melanie's actually the founder of Party Plan 123 and the creator of the Roadmap to Party Plan Success. I love that direct selling program. She's super passionate about helping you to never, ever run out of party bookings again as a direct seller. And I know that for me, that was always one of the biggest challenges. I can do the party till the cows come home and not even give a second thought to it, but getting those bookings and keeping that pipeline filled is super important for our businesses. So whether you're doing online Facebook parties or in-home personal gatherings live in person, Melanie's mission is to help you get all the party bookings you need to recruit and book and sell every single week as a party plan consultant. I mean, who doesn't want that? It's great. I love it. So what Melanie's going to teach you is everything that she wished she knew when she was starting out in Party Plan so that you can build your direct sales business faster than she did. And what I love about Melanie is she's known for sharing her simple step-by-step booking strategies and systems that get real results fast. Oh, I love that part. Because, you know, we're coming up to the holiday season. We've got to get our bookings going. This is awesome. So, Melanie, you're highly respected in the direct selling industry for training in a way that empowers our party plan consultants to take action towards success in booking, sales, and team building. I'm super excited to get to introduce you to everybody, and I can't wait for them to learn all of your gems of knowledge. So, Melanie, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
Absolutely. Thank you, Karen. And hello to everyone who's out there from Karen's group of social media direct sellers. It's wonderful to have each and every one of you here. Welcome. I'm Melanie Parker. I'm the founder of Party Plan 123, where we are all about helping you to learn as a direct seller and party plan consultant how to never ever run out of bookings again. So what better topic to help you with today than how to get bookings when you have none. I want to congratulate you. You are going crazy in the comments right now. I love the interaction. Look at that, Karen. Look at everyone's typing in their hellos.
Great.
So let me just give you a few quick little instructions on how to use this webinar platform first of all, and then I'm going to change over into screen share for the slides and take you right through a good solid hour of training of how to get bookings when you have none. So you are going to find on the comments, first of all, if you're watching on a computer, the comments are on your right-hand side. But if you're on a mobile phone, what you need to do is just minimize the screen a little bit where you are seeing me on the webcam, and then the comments will show up underneath. So if you haven't already, go in and type in a hello, let us know which company you are working with and which country you are in. I'm here in Australia live right now. It's the middle of the day here, and it's wonderful to have lots of you joining us from the US and from Canada in your evening time. Also, have you shared this event out with your team? There's a couple of ways you can do this because we don't want them to miss out, do we? You can see some social media tabs in the bottom right-hand corner for Facebook or Twitter, but I've also put a link in the green sticky note, which is showing at the top of the comments, and you can copy and paste that link and invite them in that way. So last thing, your workbook. Have you seen that we've got a bright pink sign that's showing up near the comments there that says get your workbook here? When you click on the orange button underneath, it will open up a second window. You can print that off if possible. If not, just grab a good old-fashioned pen and paper because you are not going to want to miss out on remembering the info that we are helping you with. So I want to say welcome, Rachel, Kim, Crystal, Robin. We've got people from Iowa in USA. We've got Ontario, Debbie in Canada, North Carolina, Lula Rowe, Rachel, welcome. So it's wonderful to see how many different companies you are all working with there, which is wonderful. So let me change over into my slides. Sometimes the sound goes away just for a few seconds as I change over, so don't panic. I'm right here. One last thing. Try to close off all the other internet browsers that you can and get as strong a signal as possible so that the sound and the slides come through as clearly as we can. So here we go. I'm switching over my screen right now. What a lovely, what a great couple of ladies up there. So welcome to each and every one of you here. There we are, Karen, you and I. I'm so excited about this because it's been wonderful to connect with you, Karen, and I can see that there is a great partnership here where we can help each other's groups of direct sellers and network marketers to be able to build their business in bigger and better ways. And as Karen said, we are even going to see each other in person in Melbourne. Well, we say Melbourne, Australia, but your daughter, you would say she's living in Melbourne. Melbourne.
She's trying to get it right. We are too. Melbourne.
So yes, the topic today is how to get bookings when you have none. Welcome. This is just for you as a follower of Karen Clark's Direct Sales Group. We are so glad that you have joined us. Let's begin. Please do share the event with your team. Say hello into the comments like so many of you are doing, and also download your workbook that you can see on that bright pink sign. You know what I'm going to do is a little bit of fun. Let's open up a bit of a poll for today. So if you have a look at where your comments are, I'm going to open up a poll at the moment that says, what do you need most right now? This is going to help me get to know what you're looking for. Do you need new bookings in your business? Do you need sales, or do you need team members? Or maybe you need all of them. Now, these polls are totally private. We can see the results that are coming in, but we don't know who's voting what. So don't be shy about that. And I can see that 80% of you are saying that you need all of them, booking, sales, and recruits. So we've got a lot of work to do. So today, Karen and I are going to offer a prize draw at the end too. So all of our live participants have the opportunity to win our $1,000 training pack that's called the Roadmap to Party Plan Success. And yes, that does include 2 live event seminar tickets as well. But as Karen said, there will be so many of you here today that are meeting me for the first time, and you're probably thinking,
Melanie, I don't know if you can hear me, but we've
Yeah, Karen, I am hearing you, and I've just seen some people's messages there actually saying that they couldn't hear me. So are we all okay now, everyone? Can you hear me now? I'm just going to do a little test on my end and make sure.
If they can type in. If you guys can hear us, go ahead and type in. Okay, good.
Thank you so much. Okay, Bonnie, Lisa, Pamela, Penny. Wow, you were all helping me there to alert me to that problem. So thank you. Thank you. It's been wonderful to have you help me out. Sorry, somehow my microphone turned off there. It must have turned off when I was switching over. Okay, so hopefully you've been able to read the notes that were coming up on the screen anyway, so we won't restart all of that. But I'm just like you. I've walked in your shoes. I started my party plan business with 6 bookings. It went right down to 2. I felt like my career was going to be over before it had truly begun. Thankfully, I had some great people around me that I could learn how to figure out this direct sales business. But then what happened is by the time I was starting to figure out how to get my party plan business to work, I actually moved interstate into an area where I didn't know anyone at all, and I had to restart my bookings again from scratch. It was terrifying and challenging, to say the absolute least. And, you know, oops, now we've gone back to the first slide. Hold on a second. Let's bring you back over here. I've gone a little bit crazy from all my technical glitch here. Okay, we're back there now. And what I found was that I knew it was going to take determination for me to work, because when moving interstate into a new area where I knew absolutely no one, I had to build my business up from scratch again. But the good news is that it worked for me, and it can work for you too. So let me share with you how to get bookings when you have none. Welcome to Deborah, who's just joined us from Senegence in the USA. So who's excited? Who needs to get some help here on how to get bookings when you have none? Say, I'm excited into the comments. Let's see some interaction and enthusiasm. So what we're going to do today, everyone, let's renew your belief that you can be successful in party plan and direct sales. And let's help you and give you the simple steps that you can implement today. We are going to help you as a team, Karen and I, to discover 3 simple strategies of how to get bookings when you have none. We'll break each step down, and we're going to give you fast and proven tips on each and every one. Plus, I want to help you in a practical way. So then I want to give you ways that you can go and get much more detailed help with each strategy. Now, by the way, as you have questions today, can you please go ahead and type them into the comment box? And when we see those questions come in, I want to save them and open up for a Q&A section at the end. Sounds good? Okay, so let's move on. I know that you don't want to give up on your party plan dreams. For all of you, I know that you love your products and you love doing the parties, and I know that you either need the money or the flexible hours from your business. But after being in the direct sales industry for so many years now, I also know how defeated and depressed that we can feel when we look down at our bookings calendar and we realize that we've got no bookings left at all. And you've asked all your family and friends 1,000 times and they're not helping you anymore. And then we start to feel so frustrated, don't we? And we just don't know how to dig ourselves out of the hole. Like, is this feeling like it's something that any of you have gone through? Say, that's me, into the comments. And thank you. I can see so many of you are saying, yay, super excited. I'm so ready. Yay, awesome. So if this is you, please understand that we can help you here today. Together, we want to help you with how to get bookings when you have none. So if you too want to go from having no bookings and an empty calendar right now to an endless stream of bookings to where you never, ever run out of bookings again, then do yourself a favor. What I'm suggesting that each and every one of us do right now is really shut off all the distractions for the next hour. Close the door, grab a notebook and pen, take a ton of notes, because we're going to help you tremendously in this training. So good to see that Paula, Rita, Pamela, Crystal, Lena, Michelle, Jocelyn, you're all saying that this is me and this is exactly what we need help with. So it's your time. You can do this. Let's help you with how to get bookings when you have none. So grab those pens, grab those notebooks. Here are the 3 strategies that we're going to help you with today. Number 1, let's help you with how you can maximize the bookings that you are getting when you have a display stand at a vendor event or a market or an expo. The second strategy that we'll look at closely today are how you can use competition lead boxes in local businesses so that you can build your network of contacts in that way. And number 3, we're going to talk about mystery hostess parties, but this is not just about hosting your own party where you invite your friends and family. We're going to show you how you can get brand new people to come along to your mystery hostess party that are outside of your circle of contacts of your friends and your family. Like, who would love to know that? Are these the kind of things that you're looking for? Yes, I hope so. Yay. Anna's saying, let's get bookings. Now, Linda, I can see that Linda's saying that we've got no sound there. But it's coming through on my computer where I'm watching as an attendee. So maybe, Linda, just try refreshing your screen or log out and come back in and you should be fine. Now, let's dive into strategy number 1. I've got to say, anytime that my bookings were dropping down a little bit, or when I moved interstate to a new area and knew no one and had to start from scratch, this is like my go-to strategy that I kick in straight away, take action. I don't let the fear and the nerves in my belly get in the way. I just jump in there and do it and don't let myself think about all the, oh, I'm so nervous. What if it doesn't work? Display stands at a vendor event, a market, an expo. I'm really talking here about anywhere that you can get in front of a group of people who are passing by with a small table of your most popular products that you know everyone loves and that they just go ooh and ah over. The reason why this can work so well above many other strategies that we do is because you are connecting with people face to face. People are able to touch and feel your products, to see the quality of them, and to have that conversation with you. You know that once people see your products and test them and try them, they fall in love with those products, don't they? It's just a natural thing. So if we can find ways and opportunities to have people actually connect with our products in real time, you're going to find that you are going to get much, much better results. So what I want to share with you here is a little bit of a different way to do things. And in fact, what I'm going to do is open up a new poll for you right now. And I'm going to say, let's get real honest. And remember, this is totally anonymous. So we don't know who's answering what. We're just going to see as a group, where is everyone sitting on the scale of this poll right now? Because the next question I've popped into the poll is, let's get honest, have you got enough bookings at the moment? So you can either say I've got no bookings, or I've got a few, but I need heaps more. Or maybe we've got superstars here today. Maybe we've got leaders who are here sharing this presentation, looking for ideas to help their team to get bookings. So there might be some people here who have enough bookings, but you're always happy to get even more. Now, I've set this poll so that you're going to see the group results at the end, and we'll make it public up on the screen. So right now we've got about half of you saying you've got none, and half of you are saying that you've got a few, but you need lots more. So that's interesting. We're talking to the right people, Karen. So that's a good sign.
Yeah, and with the holidays coming up right around the corner, you guys are here at the right place at the right time. So
yeah, this is definitely perfect for coming into the holiday season, and as people are starting to do their Christmas gift shopping, people are out there looking for products, and so this is a great way to do it. So what I want to share here with you, can you see on the screen that I've got about 6 points there of what I did when I was at a vendor event to get bookings on the day? Now, this is something that's quite different to how a lot of direct sellers traditionally go out there and do a vendor event. A lot of direct sellers see a vendor event as an opportunity to collect leads and they just collect a whole heap of leads on the day. And then what they need to do is go home and make the phone calls and the emails and follow up with those people. And that's where the procrastination sets in. That's where the fear sets in. And unfortunately, a lot of times, direct sellers put in so much work on the day of a vendor event, and then they don't see the benefit in the bookings and the sales and the team building, because we kind of chicken out when it comes to making those phone calls and doing the follow-up. Like, has that ever happened to any of you? You can share your stories in the comments as we're going too. So what I found was I wanted to find a way that I could get bookings on the day of a vendor event. So here's what I did that worked for me, and I think this can work really well for you too. So have a simple display with your popular products on the table and make it all about your products. Have a bright face, big smile, excitement in your voice. Stand up at your stand as well, because you want to be ready to connect and engage with people as they stop by. Always have your hostess party packs ready. So whatever you normally give a new host as her tools to prepare for the party, and have your bookings calendar right next to you so that you know the next dates and times that you've got available to offer for the booking. Now, here's what I did. Step number 1, I would introduce myself or make some kind of a greeting. So as people stopped by my table, I'd say, hi, how you going? Have you heard of XYZ company? It's great to ask questions to get a conversation going. What we don't want to do is just kind of blurt out everything and keep talking nonstop without that person engaging with us. So as soon as someone walks past, what we can do is just ask a really simple question. And one that works really well for me is, have you heard of XYZ company? It doesn't matter if they say yes or no. Once you have broken that ice a little bit, step number 2, let them know that everything here, all the products today are here to pick up and to test and try on. We want to get our passers-by hands-on the products, because as I was saying, once they touch and feel them, they can't help but fall in love with them. And we want them to fall in love with so many products that they can't afford to buy them all. And that's a great problem to have, because if you've got someone stopping by who loves so many of your products that they can't afford to buy them all today, you've got a best solution to offer by saying, you know what, I'm looking for some ladies or some people who would love to get some free products by having their own get together. So again, step number 2, remember I was talking about asking questions to get people to engage with you. What I would say to people is, everything here today is to pick up and to test or to try on, depending on what type of products you have. And then I say, out of everything on the table, what do you like the look of the most? So can you see how I'm asking a question there that is asking for a response? So out of everything on the table here today, what do you like the look of the most? And then as they start to point to something, I recommend that you pick it up and pop it in their hands straight away, like really, really quickly. Then they're touching it, feeling it. And this is an opportunity where you might tell them just like a couple of quick things about the product and, a little bit of product knowledge, but don't get too lost in all the details, because most times when we're doing a vendor event, they only stop by your stand for like 30 seconds and we've got to be super quick. Now, as they are testing and picking up and trying the product, and I agree, Angela, it's all about the engagement, isn't it? And that will work well. I think, Angela, are you the lady there with Vantel Pearls? When you're working with something like pearls and jewelry, that's a product that you can put in people's hands. They can pick up, test it, and try it on. And so they're going to fall in love with it a lot more if they can see the pearls on them. And you can ask, how does that make you feel? You can hold up the mirror and get them to have a little bit of a look at the jewelry on them as well. And Glow, I can see you saying that you too struggle with the follow-up. And that's why in something like this, you're going to find that this cuts down on that follow-up, and we're going to help you with how to effectively ask for the booking straight away. So then as people are picking up and testing the product, let's move on to step number 3. It's important to know their name, because then you want to make them feel special and address them personally. So while they're picking up a product, I say, oh, by the way, my name's Melanie and your name is, And let's say she says, my name is Crystal. So Crystal, I can see you just wrote in the comments there saying that you've tried a vendor event and it was terrible. So you're looking for ways to be able to start fresh again. So Crystal, I'll role play with you in the webinar so that you can get an idea of how to test it out next time. So now I know that your name is Crystal, and then I move on to step number 4. Now, this is where we start to get in the really powerful strategies that are working, everyone. So listen up here. And I say to Crystal, number 4. So Crystal, I'm actually here today because I'm looking for people who would prefer free products. Okay, so I've done step number 4. Now, as I say that, most people have an element of either surprise or shock, or they're trying to figure out what on earth are you talking about, free products? Because at an event like this, where you are at a vendor event or a market, an expo, even a school fete or a fair in your local area, people tend to come along with the mindset of, I'm here to purchase things today. And so they go to ask you, how much does this cost? And then when you talk to them and you say, well, Crystal, I'm actually here today because I'm looking for people who would prefer free products, they kind of get quite surprised and they take a second to get that in. And then we move on to step number 5 and explain more information. So that's where I would say, so Crystal, what I'm actually doing today, what I normally do is either in-home parties or online parties where a host gets her friends together and we do a little product demonstration, and the host gets free products and discounts on the day as a thank you for having her party. What I'm doing today, though, is I'm offering an extra $50 gift voucher to every single person who books from the vendor event today. And that's as a thank you from me. So that's on top of everything else that our company always gives to all the hosts. That's a thank you from me for helping me to meet some new people in the local area. Okay, so step number 5, can you see how I have explained a bonus? I'm offering something extra as an incentive to get them to say yes today so that they don't want to go away and think about it and then talk to us on the phone. It's a today only offer. Today, the people who book from the event today, I'm giving an extra $50 voucher, or it might be a free product. You can choose whatever that bonus is. It might be something that you invest and pay for, or there might be a way that you can use something that your company gives you. It's up to you, but just give them something that is an incentive and a bonus for booking today. Now, the magic is in number 6. We must ask a closing question if we want to be able to walk away with the bookings today. So have I got some brave listeners here? Have I got people who are committing to trying something new and who are not going to chicken out? Because question number 6 is an example of the closing question that I use at a vendor event that has been the magical question that helped me to walk away with bookings on the day of the vendor event. So question number 6 here, or point number 6 is a closing question. And the way I asked this question was simply, so Crystal, if you did have a party, would you prefer to do a weekday or a weekend? And you wait to see what they say. And if they say a weekday or a weekend, you assume that they are booking in the party, you offer them a date, and you go ahead with dating in the party. So by using an if question, you're taking away the pressure and you're just allowing them to imagine for a second if they did have a party. It's not too in your face. But we've also given an alternate choice. Can you see that we've said, would you prefer a weekday or a weekend? And what that's doing is it's making the human brain make a decision quickly and easily. And we've also given a question that is alluding to a yes or a yes answer. Yes for a weekday or yes for a weekend. So are you liking this so far? Oh, good on you, Rita. She's saying, I'm agreeing. Kristen must be saying too, bring it on. No chickens. Let's do this. I'm so ready, Crystal says. Ready to do it, ready to do it. So Karen, is there anything, have we seen questions coming into the comments there so far?
Yeah, you know what? There is one that I believe it was Crystal saying she's concerned because sometimes people hesitate with the word party, like they they kind of bristle at it. So I was suggesting get creative with how she talks about it. Maybe you have some suggestions for that.
Oh, I can see Crystal. Okay, Crystal, in fact, why don't we just come on the webcam for a minute here? Let me just come back over and we'll just say a quick hello to everyone again, Karen.
Okay, great.
Are you there, Karen? Yes. We can see your beautiful profile picture.
My thing. Okay, here's my thing. Okay, good. I found it.
Okay, so Crystal, the wording of a party. Now, when you look at all my other training that I do for Party Plan 1, 2, 3, when I'm talking about how we run our business and how we run our face-to-face parties, I recommend that we don't use the word parties and we replace it more with the words free products, free products, free products, or a get together with our friends, a social catch up with the ladies. When I was doing vendor events though, what I was finding was that when I did not use the word party, a lot of people were not understanding what I was talking about. And because we only have someone in front of us for maybe 30 or 60 seconds when we're at a public event like this, sometimes they come along to the fair or the vendor event and they don't realize that we are a direct seller and we do in-home parties, and they just think they're looking at a table of products that people are selling on the day. So I actually changed it only for doing promotional events where I did not have much time to talk to the person. And once I found, and you can do whatever works well for you, but I found that once I changed to using the language party, they understood what I was talking about, and really they need to know what we're talking about. It helped me to more quickly find the people who either were or were not interested in what I had to offer. Because honestly, if they say no, it's okay. Like, we don't need to get upset and feel personally offended. If they say no, it doesn't really matter. It just means that we've offered the opportunity to that person. It may not be right for them. And then we can move on to offering to the next person. And, don't be afraid of the no's. Really, if you can get a no on the day of the vendor event, you've just saved yourself a whole heap of time and follow-up work, haven't you, Karen?
Absolutely. And I've always thought, you don't want to drag somebody or convince somebody to have a party because they're probably going to be the host from, where you're going to have to drag them through the whole process of preparations and getting their invites out and all that kind of stuff. Rather, it's better to just have the people who are going to say yes and respond to those questions you're asking them.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to do another quick 1 or 2 questions here. Yeah. So Rita's saying, I'm trying to find out what vendor events to attend, not sure where to find them. So all I do to find a vendor event, first of all, I go to Google and I write in vendor event, fair, expo, markets, and then I write the name of the city or the suburb or the town that I want to do an event in. And most times within like 60 seconds flat, that search will come up with a good couple of websites for local events in our area with contact details of the person who is the organizer, and you can make a really quick phone call. So most times if I need to find a vendor event, within 10 minutes, I could do a Google search, make a phone call, and be booked in for something coming up this weekend. But if you can't find anything by searching that way, what I also do is just watch, when I'm driving around the local areas that I want to be working in, I look for local, roadside signage that might promote an upcoming event. There might be fundraisers or charity events. Look in your local newspapers. These days, things like that even show up on Facebook and different social media sites. So it's just all about being aware of what's happening in the local community and where could I possibly get involved and have these events. Now, time's starting to fly by really quickly, but I just also want to let you know that you don't just need to do this at public events. You can actually do this. I've done this in local hairdressers, fitness centres, childcare centres. You can just go into a local business and strike up a bit of a relationship and say, how do you feel about if I come in, maybe on a Thursday morning if it's busy for a couple of hours, and I just have a little table display of the products out of your way, but just as your customers are coming in and out, I can show them a little bit about what we do. And as a thank you to you, I'll run that like as if it's a party for the day, and any of the sales and the bookings that we get, I'll give you back what the host would normally get in the rewards and the bonuses, or you might give them a gift voucher or something. I've done that in so many different places. You might not meet as many people, but you also haven't had to pay for the stall to be there. And honestly, it only takes 1 or 2 bookings that go ahead. And then as long as you know how to maximize the bookings from those parties that you were doing, that 1 or 2 bookings from a promotional event like this, that can lead on to literally dozens and dozens of bookings and thousands of dollars in revenue. So I hope that helps with a few more little ideas there for you too, Rita.
Great tips.
Good. Okay, we've got lots of comments coming in. Yeah, Camille, I agree. No doesn't mean no permanently. It means a no for right now. And I'm pretty sure I've got some slides that show you what I do as other options when people say no. So Karen, I'll switch back over into the slides now.
All righty.
Here we go. Just going to listen on my computer here for a moment and make sure it's coming through. Yes, it is. It is. Okay. Oh, good. So asking for the booking at the event, it saves you time, because making all that follow-up phone calls that you don't even like doing. I know I saw someone write in the comments that they don't like doing follow-up. It allows you to walk away with bookings and definite bookings on the day, which is what we all love and want, isn't it? So what I'm suggesting here is do not make your number one goal when you are at a vendor event to be to collect leads or make sales. Make your number one goal to get the bookings. Offer the booking first. And you know how a lot of us will have old catalogs or even new catalogs and flyers, brochures, business cards. When we go to a vendor event, so many of us go there with all these brochures and flyers to give away, and people take them on the day, but then we never ever even hear anything back from them. And so it's really a waste of our time. All I did was put my best, most popular products out on the table to display, and I let the products do the magic, and I talk to people and connect with them. You'll also find that I just published the results from our poll there. So Karen, we're definitely helping people here today, because we've got 54% of people watching right now with no bookings at all. So let me encourage you. Yeah, like this is needed right now. I know in the US and Canada, you're coming off your summer season and you're getting back into it. I think everyone's gone back to school too now, have they?
Yeah, mostly there are some schools that wait until Labor Day, which is this coming up weekend. But for the most part, they've already gone back.
And we always find at that time of year, it's kind of like a stage where direct sellers need to start from scratch and we need to restart all over again. So this is just perfect timing for all of you. Now, remember I talked about how I was going to share with you, what do I do if they say no? What if I offer the booking and they don't say yes? What can we do then? So if they say no, then I go down the list here. And that's why I've got this type of funnel on the screen where you can see my order of priority of what I would offer to them next. So if they say no to the booking, then I go down to asking them to enter in my prize draw for a giveaway. So traditionally, you know how most of you are collecting leads at a vendor event and you'll have a prize draw and like a big gift basket or something that you're giving away. That's the second thing that I would do if they say no to booking. And then while they are filling in the prize draw slip, because we want to get their contact details to follow up, then I invite them to my mystery hostess party. So remember I said step number 3 is going to be talking about mystery hostess parties, but in a way that you are inviting brand new people that are outside of your circle of contacts of friends and family. So this is where you have an opportunity to invite the people that say no to booking their own party at a vendor event. Invite them to come to your mystery hostess party. Now, more coming on that in a moment. And then last of all, you can offer for them to purchase anything today at your stand. Okay, so hopefully that's filling your mind with lots of ideas of what you can do and how you can make your next vendor event an absolute golden success, because that's what you all want, isn't it? So let's move on to number 2, competition lead boxes in local businesses. Now, just explain in the comments if this is something that's kind of new to you. I've been to the US and Canada, and I did seminars in March this year. So I got to meet lots of you in direct sales face-to-face. And when I was teaching this content in the US in particular, it took a little bit for everyone to understand what I was really talking about. So I felt like this was something that we don't do as regularly in the US as what we do in Australia. But on the flip side, I want to congratulate you, because the US and Canada, you all do lots more vendor events than what we do. Our Australians are a bit nervous about doing vendor events, and you guys, you just love it. So you're doing well with that. So it's interesting to understand the differences in the culture.
You know, there used to be a lot more of those. We used to call them fish bowls, when people would plop their business cards in, or you could put out a little drawing slip, but you just don't see them as much. But I think that's actually an opportunity to be different and to get noticed. And I do see them once in a while at the hairdresser or the dentist, those kinds of things.
Yeah, and so I can see Barbara saying she doesn't really know what this is either. And the fishbowl is a good way to help you understand where we are coming from. So basically, the idea is that you do a big prize draw where you give away something special, but you might run a competition over a whole entire month, for example. But I did a Facebook Live video yesterday where I actually did like a calendar example of doing all of this promotional work. And so, you know, sometime later this week, you can go and watch that on our Facebook page for Party Plan 123 as well. In fact, I think I've got, I'll find the link later on. So with this, the idea is you have a prize giveaway, you run the competition for about a month, and then you have the entry boxes in lots of different local businesses. So it's not that you're giving away a big prize in every single business. We don't want to send you broke. It's all about, you know, maybe investing a little bit of money in a prize, but making a lot back in return from the business and the follow-up that comes from it. So you might have, you know how you can go to, say, a dollar store and you might buy just a pretty cardboard box and you can put a hole in the top so that becomes the actual entry box. And then all I do is I get a clipboard from an office supplies store that might cost me $2 or $3, and I print out a sign that sits on the clipboard that explains what the competition is for. And then at the top of the clipboard, it's got entry forms, just really basic prize draw slips that have their contact details. And I like to ask questions on there, you know, something along the lines of, are you looking for additional income? Would you be interested in free products as a host? Would you like to see our products in person as a potential customer, so that you've got some information that you can follow up on a phone call or an email with? Now, a lot of people tend to think that it could be quite difficult to get the businesses to say yes when it comes to this. But in reality, I find that we imagine all of these objections in our mind, and it's actually a lot easier than we think. So again, with placing your competition lead boxes in local businesses, I always had a lot more success by doing this face-to-face rather than doing it over the phone. So what I would do is I'd walk into the business with the box ready to go. I'd have those simple, easy to make boxes, and I would just walk into the store and say, hi, I'm Melanie from XYZ company. We are running a competition in the local area where we're giving away such and such at the end of the month. And I just wanted to ask, is it okay to leave one of the entry boxes here for a week just to test it out and to see how it goes? Now, a lot of them will say yes. Some will say no, that doesn't matter. You can just thank them politely, move on to the next store. But as soon as they say yes, just ask them, where's a good spot to put it? Maybe just over here so that it's not in the way of your customers, but you do want to make sure it's somewhere that the customers can view it and notice it. And just let them know. I'll come back in within the next few weeks or within a week and just to check on it. And thank you very much. My contact details are in there. You can offer a little thank you if you want to. Again, decide what is right for you. But you'll be quite surprised how many people say yes. Now, people all the time, and type in your questions on this as we are going, but people all the time say, well, where do I place these? I've found that fast food places work the best because people place their order for food and then they're standing around waiting and they look around in that time, they notice your entry form and they fill it in then. I've also had some success with this in hairdressers, beauticians, doctors' surgeries. You just want to think about where people are waiting around, even gas stations or convenience stores. Those you do tend to get more yeses if you go into the smaller family-owned businesses rather than a big chain where they might need to get approval from their marketing department. You want to go to more of the smaller businesses. Oh, Karen's saying maybe car wash places. That could be another good spot, because I think the idea, Karen, is you take your car in to get washed, and while they're washing the car, people are waiting around. Is that a common thing?
They often have little lobbies, like a little coffee shop almost, with little gifts and things like that. So it'd be a perfect place for that.
Yeah. Now, just before we move on to the next one, I just want to make sure I've covered a little bit here of what to do when you are following these up, which is always a big question. So once you go in and you collect those leads, I do feel that the best way to follow them up is with a phone call. So that's where we need to get over our fear of the phone and don't let procrastination and fear get in the way and stop us from taking the action. But when I make that phone call, it's very similar to what I would say to somebody at a vendor event. So again, my best suggestion here is that you offer something extra as a thank you for people who book a party. So you might just call up and say, hi, Tracy. Hi, Tracy. I just wanted to let you know we've received your competition entry draw for the prize that we are giving away at the end of the month. And while we're waiting to draw the prize, I just wanted to give you a quick call and make you a special offer. I'd love to be able to offer an extra $50 gift voucher if you'd like to have your own little party where we come around and have a bit of a social catch up with your friends. And as a thank you, give you an extra $50 voucher on top of everything that our hosts always get in their free products and discounts from the company. So Tracy, if you did have a party, would you prefer to do a weekday or a weekend? So can you see the similarities there? It's very much similar to what I would be saying when I'm at a vendor event. I've used the bonus offer if you do book in today, and I've done an if question. I've asked the closing question, if you had a party, and then I've done an alternate choice. Would you prefer to do a weekday or a weekend? And just see what they say. You will be surprised. You'll get some people that say yes, and then don't fall over with shock. When people do say yes, go ahead and date them in quickly. Now, I can see Anna's and Bonnie's questions coming in. That's good. So we'll save those for the Q&A time as well. I just want to make sure that we're getting through all of this content as we're reaching the end of our hour, and then we can stay here and do some questions. Now, let's move on to strategy number 3. So this one is mystery hostess parties, but this is with a difference. Remember, it's not about having your own party, inviting all your friends and your family again. This is more about, well, how can I get brand new people to show up? So what we're talking about is hosting a party, and then we're going to give away the free products and the discounts that a host would normally get in 3 separate prize draws. So you're giving your party guests an incentive and a reason to want to come along, because you're going to give away what the host would normally receive in prizes. And what we find, because a lot of people think, well, how's this going to work, having them come along to a party? Like if they've said no to booking their own party, are they going to want to come along to this? And what I find is that a lot of times they will, because they don't have to organize their whole party. They're more likely to just come along as a guest. But in reality, what we find is that once they actually experience your products as a guest, they're much more likely to book their own party because they've seen a whole demonstration and they've fallen in love with your products. So then what we can do is run the party in the usual way that we would. And in the Roadmap to Party Plan Success program that we do, we actually teach you that there's 10 steps of how to run the party, so that by the time you get to step number 8, you are already starting to get bookings in your calendar before you even open up for shopping time and taking orders. So you run through the whole party with steps 1 to 10, and then at the end, you gather everyone around and you run these prize draws. So I recommend you look at what the host would normally get from that party, because by that time you've done all the sales and the orders, you know who's booking in. And then you do 3 prize draws. So do a small prize draw for the people that showed up and attended. Do a medium prize draw for everyone who purchased and placed an order today. Put them in the drawer and pull out one winner and give them a medium prize draw. But save the biggest and the best prize for the people who booked a party. So everyone who booked, pull out a name and give them the biggest and the best prize. So it's an incentive and a reason to want to come along. So the way that this kind of works is because you're combining all 3. So imagine if you want fast bookings, can you see my notes here on the screen? Combine all 3. So this is how the mystery hostess party kind of comes together and it's successful. Because for the people who are at the market, the expo, or the vendor event, if they say no to booking a party from the vendor event, you can then ask them to enter your competition prize draw. So you've got their contact details, and then you invite them to your mystery host party with a flyer or brochure before they walk away. And also, imagine I just made a phone call to someone like Tracy, and I was following up from a competition lead box, and Tracy said no to booking a party on the phone. You can invite her to come along to your mystery hostess party. So this is how you are maximizing the opportunity for the work that you were doing in your promotional events. So if they say no to booking at the vendor event, if they say no to booking from a follow-up phone call from the leads that you get in a competition entry box, you invite them to your mystery host party just to come along as a guest and let them know that you're giving away prizes on the day. So everything that the host would normally receive, you are giving away in prize draws. So it gives them a reason to want to say yes. So Crystal is saying that's a fantastic idea. Kristen is saying, I love this so much. And Paula, I can see you're saying something there too. You loving the mystery hostess party. Great ideas. So it's good to know that this is resonating with each and every one of you. Now, we want to help you kind of put all these jigsaw puzzle pieces together a lot more. And I don't know, are you like me? Do you find that pictures help everything to make a lot more sense? I do. So what I've got on the screen here for you now is a picture of an example of what a monthly planner calendar might look like if you are a direct seller who's going from no bookings right now and you want to get into a position where you've got 3 parties going ahead per week by the end of the month. Now, where you can see those bright yellow stars all over the screen, that is promotional work. That is some type of work related with these 3 simple strategies that we've just shared with you. And that shows you where you would schedule them on your calendar. So it starts off with some placing competition lead boxes and having a vendor event. There's some fundraiser events, checking your lead boxes. Then you've got to follow up with the phone call. So if you're getting leads in those lead boxes, the competition box, we do some phone calls in the evening, put it into action. And can you see how in week number 3, you can see there on Sunday, the 24th of the month, we've got a mystery hostess party already scheduled in. So for example, when you go and do your vendor event on Saturday, the 2nd of the month, you already have your mystery hostess party dated in and you are ready to invite people to that event if they say no to booking their own party. I just want to say one thing about the mystery host party. I find that it's best to do that in a public area rather than doing it in your home because you are inviting people that you don't know. So I find, just for safety, I find that it's good to do this in like a restaurant or a cafe and just tee it up with the restaurant beforehand. I usually go in a quiet time where they don't have a lot of customers. I might just buy a few drinks from them. So it's bringing in a little bit of business for them. So that's just a nice way of being able to run that event there. Okay, so keep your questions coming in because that's a really big help there. We'll do some Q&A in a moment. Did you want to add anything there, Karen? Are we going okay from your end?
No, that sounds great. One thing I thought of when the weather's nice is I used to do park parties. is depending on the kind of product that you've got, it's not going to fly away or anything. Party in the park works great. Pool parties, pizza place parties, a lot of cafes will have a little room. So yeah, I love that. The mystery host thing really works. I used to do that a lot.
Absolutely. See, that's why we're such a great connection.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Yeah, that's an awesome strategy too. Okay, so everyone, you're probably thinking, oh my goodness, like there's still a lot more I've got to figure out. The next steps, because once you are doing these types of promotional events and you are starting to get the bookings, you've then got to figure out a whole heap of other things, and you might be having these kinds of questions now. So who's starting to think about these types of questions? How do I make sure the party goes ahead? What do I say on the phone when I'm doing my host coaching? How do I run the party? Like Melanie's just talked about 10 steps I'm supposed to be doing at the party so that I'm getting more bookings and I'm not running out of bookings from those parties. How do I get the bookings easily on the day of that party? And really the question is, how can I get all of my business, and really focus on this for a moment, everyone. This is what we refer to as automatic pilot in the direct sales world. How can I get all of my business coming from parties only so that I never, ever have to go out and do all this promotional work again? Because really everything I've shared with you today, vendor events, competition lead boxes in local businesses, mystery hostess parties, that should only need to be a short-term strategy if you are doing it well, and if you were doing it often enough. If I go back to this calendar, if you're really following a plan like that, then you should be in a position after 1 month where you've got enough bookings going ahead. And then as long as you know how to run those parties well and you are maximizing the bookings from those parties, we should really never, ever be running out of bookings again. Does that sound good? So who wants to be on automatic pilot where all of your bookings come from your parties? Come on, let's get some excitement in the comments. I'm watching your comments live right now. Who wants to be on automatic pilot where all of your bookings come from the party and you never, ever run out of bookings again? Say me into the comments right now. Yay, Kristen, Crystal, Rita, woohoo, Robin. Hi, Robin, good on you. Me. Okay, let me show you how. Really, good on you, Jocelyn. There are 6 steps that you must know and use in Success for Party Plan if you want to get your business on automatic pilot and never, ever run out of bookings again. So number 1, we've got to know even a little bit more detail about what we've covered today. How to get bookings when you have none. How do I start from scratch? Number 2 is what we call the triple M of success. So this is working with the success framework of starting with a mindset of success, moving up into mastery, where we learn how to be successful, and we have the attitude that we will never stop learning. And then number 3 is to move up into movement, which is taking action today. So for all of you, high five to you for spending your time here with Karen and I. You are learning today. We're learning how to master success and how to get bookings when we have none. But you know what? The magic is in the movement. The magic is in the action that you are going to take once you finish this webinar today and you close off and you go back out into your own direct sales world. So don't be nervous. Don't let those, well, I shouldn't say don't be nervous because we all feel the nerves. Don't let the nerves stop you from taking the action. That's more so the message. Yeah. Angela, Paula, Pamela, yay, you're all saying me, automatic pilot. Okay, the number 3 thing you need to know more about is the 10 steps of the party. How do I run a party? What do I do? What do I say so that my guests are falling in love with my products and they want so many of the products that they can't afford to buy them all? And if we can get our party guests to that stage, then we can offer the opportunity to either join the company so that they get those products in their kit or with their discount, or number 2, say yes to booking a party so that they get the free products and the discounts as a host. Another thing we really need to know to be successful are the 5 Ps of host coaching so that you can stop cancellations, so that you can get more people to show up at your party, because it's just common sense. If you have more people show up at your party, then of course your sales are going to go up, your bookings are going to go up, and your team building recruit leads will go up. So we must know the 5 Ps of host coaching so that parties go ahead on the day as planned. Number 5, it's all about knowing your numbers. How do I run my direct sales network marketing business as a real business person? How can I learn how to get my income to be steady and reliable on a weekly basis? And number 6, systems for success. What kind of organizational systems do I need set up? What kind of forms, folders, resource forms? How do I put it all together so that I save time and I can get things done efficiently and take the stress out of trying to remember everything for success? So it's feeling like there's a lot of things to kind of figure out there, yeah? Because if you look at the picture of the lady on the left here, that's kind of like when I started in direct sales, I put on a big bright smiley face to everyone. But once I started to realize how much I had to learn, underneath that smiley face, I was a bit terrified. I needed someone to help me. So what we want to do today, and what Karen shared with you in the introduction, is how I'm really passionate about how to break this all down for you. We want to help you to put all the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle together. So who's ready to get some extra help? Say yes into the comments. And Rita's saying, I wish I had a USB drive for my brain so that I can store and access it all the time. Well, Rita, you might like what we've got coming up for you right now. So if you're like Rita and you need some extra help and you want somewhere that you can go. So Michelle's saying yes, Denise, Glow, who else? Oh, Rita, oh, Jocelyn, Barbara. Wow, Robin, you're all excited. Okay, we've got something really special for you today because we want to help you put the whole big piece of the jigsaw puzzle together. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are loving what I've been teaching you today, and if you're feeling like you need a bit of extra help along the way to find the answers to all those questions that we had on the screen, and if you're feeling comfortable with the way that I'm teaching you, my style of training, then I would love to invite you to begin your journey on the roadmap to party plan success with us. So we've got something really special. We've got a special offer that's just opened up right now into the, where you can see the comments, you'll see that we've had a big bright yellow sign come up right now. And so now is the time to click on that little orange button below that says click here for the free gift and the special offer. And that will open up a tab in a second window. So this has got, if you want to do some extra training with me, this has a really super special offer. Plus there's a free gift on that window. So open it up right now. And let's have a look at the discounts, the bonuses that are here for you as a webinar attendee. So this program is called How to Book Parties Without Being Pushy, because one thing I've learned in my years of training direct sellers is that none of us want to have the reputation of being a pushy direct seller. So what we've done for you here is we've opened up an opportunity to get complete training on 2 main topics to help you solve the questions that we had on the screen a moment ago. So we're going to help you with the topic of how to get bookings at the party. So imagine this, imagine you are running your parties and we could show you how to have your guests jumping out of their chairs to book a party with you. I mean, wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't that be what you'd all love to have? The right words to say at a party so that you can get bookings without being pushy. So we'll give you those 10 steps of how to run the party, what kind of words turn people off. And I want to give you 3 different strategies that you can offer the booking to every guest at your party in 3 different times without being pushy. Now, on the flip side, let's talk more about how to get bookings when you have none. Imagine that you could watch me doing videos. Imagine if you could actually watch me on the topic of how to get bookings when you have none, doing a video where I'm at a vendor event and I show you how to set up your vendor event table, what to say when people walk past, what to do when you get objections, how do you deal with objections at a vendor event, all the common questions. Would that be useful for you? If you're anything like me, I find that like seeing someone do something successfully makes a big difference. So inside this program, we've got an ebook. We've got 3 videos that take you through me doing a vendor event, me doing a competition lead box, and me doing a mystery host party. But we also give you MP3 audio that you can really, this is best to download the audio onto your device and play it while you're driving around in the car, play it while you're doing your housework, play it while you do the cooking so that it can sink in, and listen to it over and over and over again. On both of these topics, we give you a workbook as well. And the reason that we do that is because we find that with the workbook, when you write down information, that is the time that it sinks into your mind the most. So my encouragement is that as you take yourself through this program, to at least one time, sit down, listen to the training, and fill in the workbook as you go. So on the topic of how to get bookings at the party, there's a 60-minute audio training and a complete workbook there as well. So jump in, everyone. In fact, who loves a bonus? Karen, do you know if your people like a bit of a bonus?
Oh, they're probably drooling just at the word bonus.
I've got a few bonuses actually. So all of our new members who are jumping into this program today right now, first of all, we're going to do our major prize draw. So one of those people will win the Roadmap to Party Plan Success $1,000 course. And we also are going to give every single new member a weekly short video for a year that helps you with all of those other topics, all those other questions that we had on the screen. How do we make sure the parties go ahead? How do we get more people to show up? How do I do host coaching? How do I run my business as a business? How do I set up my organizational systems? How do I recruit? How do I team build? So those videos that keep getting unlocked in your membership area online, that keeps happening for a week at a time for a whole entire year. So this is just like super, super duper. Oh, and 2 live event seminar tickets. So I look forward to the next time that I can come back to the US and do another event over there. We've got our Australian and our New Zealand face-to-face seminars happening next in person. And that's where Karen and I are going to meet up in person.
Hey, you know what? These people might want to go to Australia and have it be a business trip also. I mean, the airport is not that
Come
bad.
on over. You are more than welcome. So Karen, what I did for everyone here from your group is I added in a bonus that's only for your group. And what this is 2 months free trial access to a direct sales program that is our video membership. So this is a video monthly subscription. Wow. And we've given everyone 2 months for free. And the way that this will work is you've got totally 2 months free access. If you want to stop it at the end of that 2 months so that it doesn't continue, that's easy to do. You can just send me an email and say, thanks for my free time, but I'll stop my subscription. Or if you want to keep going, you can keep going month by month. It's $20 Australian per month, so it's about $16 US. And you're not locked in, so you just do it 1 month at a time. So you can even just get the freebie if you want to and then stop it before it charges anything. So prize draw, all of our new members who are joining today are in the prize draw for the Roadmap to Party Plan Success. I want to shortly come on over for some questions that we've got there. And Glow's saying, whoop, whoop, Australia would be a dream destination. Oh, Robin's saying, pick me, pick me. I think she's saying, pick me to come to Australia. Or she's saying, maybe she's saying, pick me because I want to win the prize. I'm not sure. Now, you're probably thinking, my goodness, Melanie, Karen, this looks like it's worth a fortune. But the reality is, look, it's valued at over $1,000. But guess what? It's less than half price. It's like, it's not even $400. It's not even $300 or $200. We've made this a teeny tiny, this is only $99 in Australian dollars. Karen, if you're online at the moment, can you do a quick Google search for me and figure out what's 99 Australian dollars in US today? Because it will be less. It'll be about roughly 20% less. So you can do this. Actually, we've made a payment plan on this too. So you can either use PayPal or Visa or MasterCard, but you can get started for only $19 Australian today. Like, so $19 Australian gets you in, and there's even a 30-day money back guarantee. So the reason we do that is because we want to take away the barriers to success. We want to take away hesitation and fear that you might have and just make it super easy. So because we want to help you, like, just go in there, look at it all, test it out. And we give you 30-day money back guarantee because we feel that if you can be someone that takes action straight away and you go and use your course, 30 days is going to give you enough time to implement that training so that you, like that calendar we had on the screen, within 30 days, the bookings are starting to happen from the promotional work you've been doing. So it makes sense then, if you're only paying $19 as a deposit, by the time you get to the end of that 30 days, you are already making more money than what you've invested. So we want to make it really easy for you. So Karen, what's the conversion rate coming up as today?
It came up at $78.
Oh, so it's only $78 US. Oh, that's, and let's work out what $19 is in US.
That's $15.
Oh, okay. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. So let's do some questions, and also remember to go and get your free gifts. So when you go to that page, scroll down to where you see the bookings funnel picture like you can see on my screen right now. And welcome to our new members. I can see that we've got, it looks like Glow might be in there already. And I think, is it Rexanne? I think Rexanne is in there already as a new member. Right. But go get your free gift, everyone. So scroll down to where you see that picture and then click on the yellow button that says instant access to the free gift. So that's for every one of you, because the bookings funnel helps you to get your new host to pick a date where the party goes ahead within the next 2 or 3 weeks maximum. So imagine that. Imagine if you go and do a vendor event this weekend, right, and then you've got parties going ahead within 2 or 3 weeks. Like that's what we all want, isn't it?
Right. That's what I'm thinking. It's only Wednesday here, so they've got a couple days left in the week to get something booked and just get started right away.
Yeah, definitely. Right. So we will do some questions while we are allowing everyone to jump in. So we've got our new members. So congratulations, Glow, Rexanne. That means you are in the prize draw for our bigger and more detailed training, the 6-module course called the Roadmap to Party Plan Success. So we'll draw that at the end. But now let me encourage you to really implement this ASAP. What I would love for you to do first is to practice this and to implement something that you have taken away from this training within the next week so that we avoid procrastination and fear getting in the way. Also, don't use just parts of this because it's actually a lot of this joined together that makes it work. So choose one of those 3 strategies, you know, whether it's vendor events, competition lead boxes, mystery host parties. Choose one to implement within the next week, but please work on integrating that whole calendar, because if you join all of them together, that is the fastest and easiest way to get the bookings to go ahead. Plus, can I just say, don't stop if it doesn't work the first time. If you go and do a vendor event and you walk away with no bookings, don't say, oh, well, I tried that and that didn't work. Go back and try again, because it actually was probably either just your confidence levels, or sometimes we do go to events that are really quiet and there's not many people and we need to find a better event too. Like, I actually remember, just a really quick story. I had a gap in my business where I hadn't done a vendor event for a very long time. And then the company that I was working with was closing down, which was a horrible experience. And I wanted to go back and do vendor events to be able to meet some new hosts so that I could rebuild my business with a brand new company. Now, if I share my story of failure, you won't laugh at me, will you?
There's always something to relate to in every story like that, I'm sure.
Well, the first time that I went back to do a vendor event, it was terrible. Like, I got leads, but I didn't get bookings on the day. And it was partly because it was a kind of quiet event, but it was also because my skills were just rusty. And then when I went back the next time, I got like 6 or 8 bookings within the space of 2 or 3 hours, and I couldn't believe it. Every single one of them went ahead. So that meant that within 3 weeks, I had like 6 parties that happened from one event that I went to for 3 hours on a Thursday morning. Wow. So that's why I'm saying don't give up. If it doesn't work the first time, you go back, you practice, perfect, master, you will get that better. Just keep going, keep going, keep going, and do not give up. So are you guys okay to hang around for some questions?
Sounds good to me. There's a few more, and if anybody has any more, you can type them in there and we'll see them.
Oh, yay. We got Bonnie, Lena, Rita. They're all in there as new members. So you're all in there. Actually, who's this one? I think Lena, we might need to follow up with you after the session. It looks like maybe something hasn't come right through with your deposit. Sometimes I do find that your credit card might have a block on it for overseas transactions.
Yeah. Sometimes debit cards will do that, but if you switch to a regular Visa or MasterCard, or if you don't have PayPal, that'll work. But sometimes straight debit cards won't work.
Yeah, so Lena, it actually looks like that's happening for yours at the moment, and it's probably just the fact that my business is in Australia, so it's a different company, a different country. So what you can do for anyone, whether it's Lena or anyone else trying to do that, you can go back and redo your order. I usually find if you do it with PayPal the second time, that will work totally fine. But Lena, I've got your details come through here too. So you're almost in the prize draw. We'll help you out and make sure that we're giving you assistance. So, Karen, what questions have we got there that are coming?
So there was one just wanting to double check that this is recorded. I'm assuming they want to go back and listen.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It is recorded. We'll have a replay available for 10 days. Did we give you a date, Karen, that we were going to close it off?
I don't think, well, you know what? If we did, I don't have it written down in my notes.
I'm just having a quick little look in my calendar, and I'm pretty sure that I've got it closing on September the 12th. Oh, there you go. I gave you more than 10 days.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good.
September the 12th. So share it out with your team. You can go back into your emails from Karen, and you can send that link that you've got in the emails from Karen.
I'll post it again too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Kristen had a question. I'm assuming you can do a physical or online mystery hostess party?
Yes, this is something that I'm going to be doing some training for our direct sellers. In the next 3 to 6 months, I'm going to develop a lot more training that shows you how to use these strategies inside these kinds of courses, but to tweak them for online parties and social selling. So I think that's where she's coming from.
Yeah.
How do I do it?
Yeah, conduct your own party, your own Facebook party or wherever you do them, and do the same thing. You're just doing a drawing where you're picking your people who are going to win your host rewards.
Yeah.
Sounds
yeah,
good.
that's right. That's right.
And then there was one more that I had highlighted. It said, how do you answer what is a mystery hostess? How do you explain that to people who don't know what that is?
Oh, okay. So the way, in fact, I might just bring our webcam up now, Karen. We'll come back up on the screen.
Yeah. Okay.
For some questions. So just changing over here now.
Push the right button. Okay. There you go.
The webcam back on.
There you go.
Okay, so when I'm at, say, a vendor event and I invite them to the mystery hostess party, I usually just explain it in a way that, oh, look, why don't you come along to, I'm doing a mystery host party in a few weeks' time where I'll be running the party in the usual way, but we're going to give away the free products that the host would normally get because there's no host. I'm just running it for everybody else. So the kind of products and the discounts that a host would normally get, I'm going to give away in 3 prize draws on the day. So would you like to come along? And I would have a flyer with the information ready so that they know the date, they know the time, they know the location. It's all pre-organized. And with that, I do often just ask them, you know, would you like me to just pencil you down on the list as a possible RSVP? So at least if you can just pencil them down as a maybe and you've got a phone number that you can follow up on, then you can do the usual reminders and the invitations like a host would normally do.
Great, great.
Oh, Lorraine is saying that she needs help registering. So Lorraine, maybe just describe to me what kind of help you need. And I'm going to write down I'll write down your name on here to remind me. I know it's getting late over there in the US time, but if any of you need help and you need me to make a phone call to you or something straight after this, send me, in fact, let me put my email address.
I was going to say, yeah, if they can contact you.
My email is melanie@partyplan123.com. So, you know, it's still only 12:50 in the afternoon here. So I'll be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and I can be here and help you. So you can always like send me an email, send me your phone number if you want me to call, and I can help you out that way too.
Okay, great.
Now I'm looking at two computers here because we had some other questions to go through. Jenny, how do you answer? Oh, okay. Jenny's how do you answer the mystery hostess party? Anna was asking, when I'm doing follow-up on the phone, do I leave a voice message? I do. Like, people have so many different ways of doing this. I do leave a voice message. I just kind of find, well, if I'm making the phone call, I may as well at least leave a message. My strategy is that when I'm trying to make follow-up phone calls, if I'm not getting through to them, I try to call 2 or 3 times on different days, different times. And then if I'm not getting through, I switch to doing an SMS text message instead. And then when I send the text message, I make it a question. So you know how we said at the vendor events, I ask questions to get two-way conversation. I do the same when it's a text message because I don't want to just throw information at them. I want to ask a question. So, let me see. Like if I'm following up from a competition lead box lead, I might do an SMS that says, please reply yes, no, or maybe. So I put that at the beginning usually so that they kind of see that straight away. Please reply yes, no, or maybe. And then I would put a little bit of a blurb about, you know, we've received your entry form for the competition from the pizza shop down the road or something so that they kind of know who you are. But I'd love to offer a $50 gift voucher if you'd like to host your own party. Would you like to host your own party anytime over the next 30 days? And so then when you ask a question like that, it kind of gets them to feel like, oh, I better reply. Plus, if you give them permission, like if you're saying yes, no, or maybe, you're giving them permission to answer no. And so then at least you've followed up and you know that they are not interested right now, and you can move on to focusing on the people who might be interested. So I hope that gives you a little bit of extra help and information there.
Great.
Now, Lorraine is saying that it keeps saying my email address is invalid. So, Lorraine, can you try, let me see. I'm not sure if it's coming through on my end at all. Maybe try entering a different email address, or even maybe try entering a dummy email address, and then I can go back and fix it up once it's through. So, and Lorraine is saying, are you seeing my messages? So she's really trying to get in there. And
she's determined. Good for you for not giving up, Lorraine.
And I'm just going to actually switch Lorraine's little comment to a question because that makes it easier for me to follow up too.
Yeah. Good.
Oh, Jenny right at the beginning was saying, I'm guessing you probably work with Traveling Vineyard. So when we were talking about doing vendor events, and this comes up all the time from Traveling Vineyard, she says, I can't give free wine. I can't give free products and discounts. So
she's with Boisset Home Living. I don't know if you have those there in Australia. It's another
I don't think
wine.
we do.
Yeah, Boisset. It's very good.
Oh, okay. So you know Jenny.
Another wine company. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know if what's it called again?
Boisset, Boisset. Boisset Wine Living. Yeah. It's a fairly new company.
I'm learning new things today. That's great. So if you're doing a vendor event and you can't talk about free products, they would have some kind of host rewards program though, wouldn't they, Karen?
Yes, they do. And they have discounts they can give people too. So
yeah. So you
coupon or something might work.
You might just need to change the terminology where you talk about I'm looking for ladies or looking for people who would prefer discounted products today. That doesn't quite catch the attention of the people as much. So I've found that sometimes that doesn't work as well. Or you could, like sometimes when we're talking about giving away an extra bonus or a gift on the day, if you can't give away free wine as the bonus for booking on the day of the vendor event, you could even switch it to just giving them like a beautiful hamper that, you know, like a food, a gift pack, or, you know, pretty candles. You know, you can give away anything.
Or an accessory that would maybe go with the wine, a little holder or bag or something like that might be nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Bonnie's question was, how is the prize awarded? I think that's about the mystery host parties. I think Bonnie probably asked that before. Yeah.
You know, when she did that, I think it was the boxes, the competition box.
So, and this applies to everything really. So when I'm talking about, she's talking about competition lead boxes in businesses. Yeah. One person wins the prize at the end of the month. Oh, okay. How is that awarded? So what I do is I ring that person. I let them know the good news. Ideally, you want to hope that maybe that's a person that would like to host their own party as well, and then you can award them with the prize at the beginning of the party as a beautiful way of introducing yourself and making a great impression. If she says no to booking a party, though, you'll just have to work out a way to deliver the prize. So sometimes I just would go over to their house and deliver it, or meet somewhere in a cafe and give them their prize, or it could even be something that you can post out to them. It just depends on what type of giveaway you're doing. Thanks, Bonnie. Yeah, she's saying it's the competition lead boxes. Yeah. Most times I usually find that they'll end up having some kind of a party, or at least gather 2 or 3 friends together and have a little get together.
Right.
Now, is that a question from Karen, Karin, coming in?
Yes, and I think the terminology, because we don't call them competition boxes here. I think that's what she's saying is, why do you call it a competition? It's kind of more like a contest, or I would just call it a lead box.
A giveaway?
Yeah, giveaway. Kind of like a raffle, but it's not like they're buying tickets it's more just a giveaway box.
Yeah.
Lead box.
Yeah. Okay, Christine's saying her screen's freezing a little bit. It could just be the internet connection. So, yeah, Christine, you'll be able to watch the replay. And let me just put here, replay will be at, and let me just get Karen, I'm just trying to search for that little link that you have as your special invitation link. Actually, do you want to post that into the comments? Yeah. Do you have it somewhere on your file there? I just want to make sure that we're giving everyone a link that's nice and easy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll find that one there. I think I'm close to the end of the questions. Just doing a quick scroll here, making sure we haven't missed anything. So I'm just going to do a quick, I've got like my viewer webinar opened here on a different computer. So let me just check to make sure I haven't missed anything. Yes, Rexanne.
Angela was just sharing that she goes live every Monday. I think that she was referring to the mystery host doing it online as a party, online going live. That sounds great.
Yeah, perfect opportunity. Penny's saying, please come to Canada. Yeah. Penny, I was in Canada in March this year. It went really well though. So basically for our live event seminars that we do, which all of our new members will have 2 tickets, what I do is I have a look at areas around the world that we have the most of our members, and then I see if we can make that as one of the venues that we come to. So I've done tours around USA 2 times in the last 2 years, and I definitely think I'll be back. But what we do is we'll keep those tickets on file for you for 3 years, and then we just let you know what events we're doing. So at the moment we're gearing up for Australia and New Zealand, but
yeah, and they're learning when the events are and where. Even if, for example, you know, let's say you did one in Los Angeles, we can fly pretty affordably from half the country. You know, Southwest has, you know, cheap airfares to some of the major areas anyway. So
yeah, and we did do one in LA that went really well in the States. So I do think I'm probably going to be back on that side of the country soon too.
Yay.
Wonderful. So Karen, we've actually got quite a few new members here. Oh my goodness, Karen, we've got lots of people.
Oh, good. Good for you, you guys. I'm so excited. This is going to build your businesses. And, I'm all about uplifting the direct selling industry. The more successful you are, the easier it'll be to sponsor, the better the reputation of the companies are. It just all will trickle out down. And I really feel like the bookings are at the heart of this profession. So I'm so excited. You guys are saying yes.
Wow. Welcome.
Hey.
I think that we might have even fixed up that little one for Lena. It looks like it's coming through better now too. Lena, let me just check and see. Yeah, I think that's come through now too, Lena. Sometimes I think she might have done it through PayPal. Sometimes when you do it in PayPal, it just takes like 5 minutes to connect into my system too.
Okay, good.
Any more last minute questions? So just write in quick questions if you want some help. We're getting ready to wrap it up and finish off for today, but this has been wonderful. So Karen, yes. I'm just so happy that you and I have got to connect. And like, I've been following work that you do.
We've been following each other.
I've been following things you did like years and years ago in events similar to this.
Yeah.
I can't believe it took us this long.
I know. And it's so cool because we're in alignment with each other. The things that I've done in the past with my party plan business is very similar. And you, of course, support using online, marketing, and you use that in your own business yourself. So this is just, it's all just a win-win. And I'm really happy that everybody got to meet you tonight. So
Terry, and I'm just typing a little message back here for you. We'll help you as we finish. So Karen, I'm kind of thinking for this prize draw that we're doing, so for all of our new members, we're drawing one prize for our new members to be able to, one person will have the bigger course, the Roadmap to Party Plan Success. It's looking like I've got at least Lorraine and Terry to follow up with.
Okay.
So maybe should we log off online, and then should I be available on my email and maybe on the Facebook page as well? Yeah. And then should I do an announcement on the Facebook page of the winner maybe in the next 30 to 60 minutes?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If you want to, then you can handle the technology glitches and then go back. And then I'll watch for that also, and I can post it on my post. We can cross-post it everywhere.
Yeah. So what I've done now is I've put into the comments there in blue, that's our Facebook page. I'll announce our winner there within the next hour.
Okay.
And
perfect.
You know what? I also remembered I talked to you all about sharing that Facebook Live video that I did this week that shows you more of that calendar. So I'm just going to put that little link in here too for you.
That calendar was awesome. There were so many good nuggets in this training that I know people are going to be walking away with lots of things they can implement right away. So thank you for being so thorough with all of that and sharing so much.
Yeah. So if you click on those links that are showing you comments right now, they're clickable links, and that will just go and open up the page. So we're going to log off. I'll go and be available on email, on Facebook, and I've got Lorraine and Terry written down to help here to get into the program. Is anyone else wanting to get in before we do the prize draw? Maybe just write in a quick message so I can have a list of who to follow up on and say, wait for me or help me. So Jamie, you're in. Lisa, I think Terry, you might be in. So Terry was saying I have the payment question above, but I think Terry is in. Let me just check.
Oh, she was asking about it was still reflecting 98, but I think the conversion happens after you submit it.
Oh, that's a good thing just to explain as we finish off. Yeah, so Terry, yours has come through, so yours is fine. Okay, so because I'm in Australia and all of my business runs in Australian dollars, when you go to that order page for the program, it will show in Australian dollars on your screen, and then the receipt that gets emailed out to you, the invoice will show in Australian dollars. But what your bank does on your banking transaction, as it processes from either your credit card or your debit card, your bank converts it to your local dollars. So whether you're US dollars or Canadian dollars. So in your banking records, it will show in your dollar value. But the paperwork side of it on my end shows in Australian dollars. But don't panic. Like, remember, you've got your 30-day money back guarantee too. So don't have a meltdown. I'm legitimate. I'm running a real business. I'm not trying to steal everyone's money online. I want to help you.
There's always, you can always get in touch with Melanie later too if you've got any problems. That she's very accessible. So
yeah. So Terry's saying good to know. So we've got your message there, Terry. It's been wonderful. So go out, share the replay. Thanks, everyone. It's been wonderful to help you with how to get bookings when you have none. My wish is that somewhere in this you've been revealed to you a new golden nugget of ideas that you can go out and implement. And even if you're a leader here today, just connecting in for reminders, I want to congratulate you all for spending your time here. You can go out and share this with your teams. Karen, I know this won't be the last time that you and I work together. We look forward to having you as our guest trainer for Party Plan 123 happening next month. So all of you here today, come and join in on that one.
Join another one. That's right. Well, thank you so much for doing this. I'm so excited to see everybody's success. The fall season is going to be the best ever. I'm just super excited that we're here and able to take advantage of this training. So thank you. And thank you for hosting us here on your platform. This has been great.
And Terry's saying, what's the Facebook page called? It's called Party Plan 123. Go to the page because we've got a group as well. So the group tends to show up in a search much faster, but go to the page. The page is the one where we do the most information for everybody. And so as we finish off, how about you all write into the comments and say, what did you love the most from today? What connected with you? Or share with us what one thing have you chosen to implement into your own direct sales business. So
don't let this just become shelf help where you don't actually implement it. You got to take some action right away.
Thanks, Bonnie. That's wonderful to see your little messages coming in. I think we still have many, many of you live on the line. So, thank you very much.
Good.
Which Facebook page will have the winner? Let me put the link again. So if you click on this Facebook page link right now, that's the exact place that I'm going to do the announcement. So, okay, Lorraine, I've got you there as my emergency contact. I need to get in touch with you straight away. So, Lorraine, can you send me an email? So send an email to Melanie at partyplan123.com for Lorraine. There we go. Awesome. That's my little message coming in there. So thanks, everyone. Thanks, Karen. I really
thank you so much
giving me this opportunity. Like, this is so generous of you to allow me to talk to all your followers.
Thank you. This was absolutely perfect. So helpful. All right. I'll go ahead and say bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
On Facebook. All right.
See you later.